we're starting early.
Mark this
As the day.
as the day.
We started early. All right. It is Wednesday, September 18th.
Yes, it is.
I got the date right.
You did. Happy Rice Krispie Treat Day.
Happy Red Velvet Cake Day. We're indulging a little bit.
Celebrate because you know what? Everybody works. So everyone with dysphagia works so hard.
Yep.
Just to be able to eat.
Yep.
We want you to enjoy
Eating. Oh, sorry. I got excited.
Let me find it.
We want you to enjoy eating something delicious. So
It doesn't have to be red velvet cake or Rice Krispie treat. It just happens to be that is the day.
Yeah, it's National Rice Krispie Treat Day and National Red Velvet Cake Day. It is also National Cheeseburger Day, but that doesn't exactly fit
The theme.
the theme. And we've done cheeseburgers before.
We have.
This is a little different.
And we can do cheeseburgers again. Just not today.
And we will.
Because I want red velvet cake.
So about 45 minutes ago, she took the lid off of it and she's like, I want to eat this now, but I will wait. And
I
was
waited.
like, she did.
It's still there.
So, let's at everyone. Welcome. So I'm still finishing my coffee. Stephanie finished hers.
Yes.
Coffee and cake.
And there's more where that came from.
So we're going to do a Rice Krispie Treat milkshake.
Yeah. We are. And we're going to do a red velvet cake
Yes.
smoothie.
And we're also going to do just some cake in a...
Yes. As a minced and moist dessert as well.
Because we want
Soft and
every
bite-sized.
level to be able to enjoy this.
Yes. And really, it goes for any kind of cake as long as it's not chunkies.
Yeah. And this
Right.
one should get super smooth with all the frosting and the
Yeah, it looks so good.
cake itself. So, Rice Krispie Treats, if you have dysphagia questions, we're going to answer them today. But we're just kind of doing a fun dessert day because it is National Red Velvet Cake and National Rice Krispie Treat Day. So, Rice Krispie Treats were developed in 1939 as a way to promote Rice Krispie cereal. So, we opted not to make Rice Krispie Treats because then we'd have to eat all of them. And we do want dessert, but we also don't want to have to eat all the dessert by ourselves.
But honestly, Rice Krispie Treats, let's all be real. This is a taste of childhood, right? And who doesn't want to eat a Rice Krispie Treat every now and then? Maybe some people don't.
Yeah.
But it would be hard for someone with dysphagia, I would think.
I would.
This
think
is
so
one
too.
of the things that I think would be of the harder.
Yeah. So there are recipes online for Rice Krispie Treats milkshakes. So we are going to do sort of a non-dairy version. We're using oat milk ice cream. Hi, Kara. So nice to see you. If you're here with us live, please say hello. You can say live. If you're watching the replay, type replay. So Stephanie has this Breyers oat milk ice cream. So if you like dairy, you can do regular ice cream. Totally fine. There's only like one serving gone out of here so far. Okay, so I put the Rice Krispies in here. I suspect that we will need to soak this just a smidge in order for it to get smooth enough. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, so cornflakes instead of Rice Krispies. Yes, love that idea.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
what are those called? What is that called when you do the cornflakes and the peanut butter and what is it called? It's a special name.
I have no idea.
Somebody help me out. And butterscotch.
Hi, Megan. Oh, that rings a bell. I don't know what it's called.
There's a special name for it.
I would suspect that you can sub any cereal for this. No, Puppy Chow is like Muddy Buddies. So that's
Right.
Crispix or Chex Mix
Yeah, I'm
with
thinking about
peanut butter and chocolate and then powdered sugar coating.
Right. I'm thinking about it's made like Rice Krispie treats, and it's cut into bars, but it's made with.
I know what you're talking about. I have no idea what it's called.
Okay, do you have a recipe, or are we making this up?
We're making this up. So
Okay.
the recipe that I looked at called for like half a gallon of ice cream.
And we're not making a half a gallon.
There is no way the two of us will be able to eat that much. Especially because we're gonna have cake also. So
Right.
cake and ice cream day.
I'm gonna blitz this up a little
Love
bit
it.
first.
Okay, I'm gonna find the. Do you want to add another Rice Krispie treat to that?
Yeah.
Or do you think
I think so. If we're gonna do.
I'm in?
Well, if we don't use them tonight, I'm gonna eat them. So.
So let's use them tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
That goes for a really long
I
time.
know, 30 seconds does seem like a long time. So if anybody looked up that recipe with the cornflakes and the butterscotch and let us know what it's called.
Scotcheroos. Scotcheroos.
See, she just
It
needed
comes
a
back
minute.
around. It's like a Ferris wheel. It just comes back around every time.
So we really, when we were talking about what to cook today, and we looked up that it was National Red Velvet Cake Day and National Rice Krispie Treat Day, we realized that we needed to do something fun. Because this page is so serious.
It is. And
So
it's
serious.
work. It's so much work.
Yeah. Okay. And we want you to be able to enjoy things.
Now, how are we going to make this a little more punched? Protein punched. Yes. So I say,
It's like you know what I'm going to say.
you know,
I caught it.
wow, that was good.
Thank you.
So we're going to go ahead and make this a protein dessert.
Yeah. Because you might as well. So
Because
this,
why not? Yeah.
this is vanilla roll 1 hydrolyzed isolate, whey isolate protein. So this is easier to digest for anyone with lactose
Right.
intolerance.
Right. And we have non-dairy ice cream and we have non-dairy milk. So
And this flax milk is darn good.
it's really good. We just drank
Okay.
a cup of it.
So 1 scoop of protein. Boop. Okay.
Scoop of ice cream.
Do you want more than 1 scoop of ice cream? What do you think? She's like, yes. Yes, I do.
Sure.
So the other type of protein you have here is called dimetized iso 100 hydrolyzed also. And this one is gentler on the belly also because it's hydrolyzed.
Right.
So
And that we realized yesterday is made by Premier Protein or is owned by Premier Protein.
The same
Or
company.
The same company
Yeah.
owns Protein.
So, yeah, it was kind of interesting to find that out. Okay. So thickness-wise, ice cream melts to, do you know what?
Thin liquid.
Is it a thin liquid?
It may be with the new IDDSI be slightly
Okay.
thick instead of. What's going on there?
I'm trying to decide what I'm doing. I was
Oh.
just going to leave it there and let it melt a little bit and see what we come up with.
Okay.
How does it look?
It looks divine.
Okay.
It's
Shall we
try it.
pour it into our fancy little,
Yes.
who knew teacups were not just for tea?
It's very smooth. So we put the Rice Krispie treat in with the flax milk, blended that first.
And you could do this just with Rice Krispies and then marshmallow fluff, if that's what you have.
Since-
Also,
Essentially.
cheers,
Cheers
Rice
to you.
Krispie milkshake.
I get,
I do love me a good Rice Krispie treat.
it tastes just like it.
It does. And
I get the marshmallow. Super smooth. We have 30 grams, 25 grams of protein in it.
So she gets 12 and a half, and I get 12 and a half. Plus,
Just in a,
there's not any in our vanilla ice cream, but that's okay.
it's because it's oat ice cream.
Yeah, and that's fine. Because if you need that digestive support, if you're lactose intolerant, this...
But we added the protein that is
I would
okay
not
for us.
even know this doesn't have dairy in it. I mean, other than the protein powder. I know, marshmallow fluff. I know, right? It is smooth, Megan. Yeah.
It's no texture.
I can't tell there's Rice
It's
Krispies
like
in
a
it.
it's like a milkshake.
Half a gallon of ice cream. It's hilarious. For
That-
2 people. That's what the recipe said.
That would be like Kat and I eating this entire thing.
This isn't even half a gallon.
Oh, it's not
yes.
even half a gallon.
That's awesome. So you don't always have to follow the recipe. That's the other point I want to make. Like we looked it up, and then we went on our own. Rice Krispie, milk, and protein powder. Yes, and it's delightful.
And ice cream. We use 2 of these regular sized,
2 scoops ice cream,
probably,
quarter to a half a cup, probably half a cup.
yeah, maybe half a cup, and then 2 scoops of ice cream. And it is, do the Rice Krispie treat first with the milk.
And might I add, if you're doing the hot cold thing that Stephanie talked about before, coffee,
Great idea.
ice cream.
I'm going to have another cup of coffee. I'll never sleep tonight,
She's not
but
going to sleep tonight. It's going to be totally worth it. Hot coffee, bitterness of the coffee gets those senses, sweet coldness of the milkshake. I
we
mean,
could add coffee into it instead of
it'd be delightful.
milk and make a
Now I want to add a
coffee.
Rice Krispie treat into my coffee and make like a latte, protein Rice Krispie treat latte for breakfast. Also doable. How many ideas can we come up with
That
a
is
Rice
really
Krispie
good.
treat?
And it's not going to mess with my stomach.
It's not.
So if you have a dairy intolerance, you can have this.
Yep. I absolutely love this. Okay,
It's
so let's talk red velvet cake. So I was looking up the history of red velvet cake, and there's
beets.
they used to make it with beets. So they do an acid of some kind, so lemon juice or vinegar. Typically, most recipes have vinegar, and it has a chemical reaction with cocoa powder that makes it turn red. So it's just this really cool thing. So it's a chocolate. It's not really a chocolate cake, but it has cocoa powder in it. Red velvet is my love language dessert. I have a friend whose license plate says red velvet, but without the vowels in it. And her car is that color. So
Kind of a chocolatey red.
you are not alone, my friend. Yeah. How's that? Right?
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Like alternating. Cold, hot.
Oh.
So if you're working on sensory, if you have sensory hypersensitive sensory mechanism or hyposensitive even, the hot cold,
Yeah.
perfect.
So are we going to do a red velvet milkshake, or are we going to do just red velvet cake with a little bit of...
So I would like to do both.
Oh, even better. What was the hot one? Coffee. Is that what the question was, Megan?
We have an espresso.
And so this is also good for those of you that are working on that sensory integration piece. So you can enjoy your dessert that we just beefed up the protein level a little bit. Yep. Okay. So red velvet cake is already going to be a soft and bite-sized. Correct? Okay. So level 6, as is. You could even call it a level 7 easy to chew, because it is.
Absolutely.
Oh, somebody else is interested.
Well, he's been staring.
He's doing so well, you guys. He's such a good, happy, healthy boy. You know we're talking about you, don't you? Okay, go. Thank you. And he listens so well. Look at that.
He does. Okay. He's trained right.
Good job.
He's got a good mama.
Yes, he does. All right. So we'll do a little milkshake.
So what I want to show is how to make this cake, which is technically a bread. Mm-hmm. And for those who have a lot of trouble with bread, I know we've talked about this a lot recently. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to do it on a plate just to show how very little you need. You don't have to have a lot. I'm just going to soak just enough to kind of coat the plate a little bit. So it's going to soak into that cake.
Okay.
Just back this way. And if you notice, I don't know if you can notice, it's just making the cake super moist and just kind of fall apart smooth. So I'm going to let it soak up more. So as much as you need, you could put it in something deep and add extra milk. You can use any kind of milk you want or any kind of liquid you want for that matter. Mm-hmm. And it's really super soft. Like I don't have to chew.
At all.
I don't have to do much. It just kind of...
It just melts. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My favorite's the frosting, so we'll see how it goes with frosting.
And this is just your typical cream cheese frosting.
Mm-hmm. The frosting gives it a little more resistance than the cake, than the moistened cake.
You know how frosting is sometimes sticky? With the extra milk in there,
it's not.
It's not sticky like I was expecting. Mm-hmm. So that's nice. Okay.
All right. Now, let's puree red velvet. That piece is for me.
With the extra frosting on the end. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So it's really important that when you're focused on your nutrition all the time when you have dysphagia, that you understand that it's okay to just enjoy something nice every once in a while. Now, of course, I like to add a little bit of protein because I feel really good about eating my dessert, but also know that I'm still getting a little bit extra.
Something really good out of it.
Yeah. And it's so good. Okay.
Go for it. Oh, that's not the best kind of.
It's okay.
About extra ice cream never hurt anyone, really.
I mean, when it comes to moisture, it's helpful.
Oh, that's
wrong lid. Oh, too many blenders, you guys. How many of you all have too many blenders? I think we do.
Thank you, Megan. He's feeling great. He's like 99.9% back.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is. It's kind of pink.
Mm-hmm. This should be just super smooth and easy. And you can do this with any kind of cake. The dog is asking to go out, so she had to go let him out. So you have permission to eat your sweets. If you need to get the extra protein, so for any of you that have a blood sugar issue that you're working with, adding the extra protein is going to be super helpful. Adding the extra protein can be very helpful. It can slow down digestion just a little bit. So adding protein can be really beneficial for a lot of reasons, not just to improve the nutrition piece. So I always recommend having something on hand that you can add. Vanilla's great because it mixes into most things well. So here we just have our red velvet milkshake. And sometimes you just need a milkshake.
Right.
Ready?
Yes, but we could have added the protein.
We could have. Okay. I ran out, so I think I'll just put it in my cup.
Okay. I'll make mine run out too.
Okay. So this one is a little bit thinner.
Because we don't have the protein in it too.
Correct.
So that.
Yep. What's not to love?
Tastes like red velvet cake.
Mm-hmm. In smoothie or shake form, but yeah. And it's beautiful.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And here's the
And you could
minced and moist.
just do a little bit of ice cream over the top if you just want to puree your cake with a little bit of milk and just have the ice cream melt over the top. That would be fine too.
Absolutely.
You can do it however you want.
Or put the ice cream on top of your piece of cake and that will soften it, just like I did with the milk. So what kind of questions do you have? What do you want to eat dessert-wise, but you're afraid to? How can we help make it come true for you?
The icing is cream cheese frosting, and I would say yes, you can taste it.
I think
It
so.
adds richness. Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, this was just very easy.
I like it a lot.
How many of you are hungry for dessert and want it now?
Oh, wait.
Say, I am cobbler, especially with fall coming. Cobbler is a great one. We made a peach cobbler this past weekend. I didn't even think about that.
I've got a ton of apples right now, so we could do apple cobbler.
Yes, we could.
We could do...
But that would be the same kind of thing. What I would do is I would put your cobbler in your blender, put a little bit of milk with it, or whatever kind of liquid. If it's apple cobbler, you could put apple juice if you wanted more apple flavor. Blend that first, get it nice and soft, and let it start soaking in. And then you can add ice cream on top. Blend that up. You can add any kind of protein powder, either unflavored or vanilla. It's caramel, the salted caramel protein that I normally have would be excellent in apple cobbler.
Yep.
Dessert, but sugar is one of my easy things to eat. Okay.
Yeah. So add extra
Gotcha.
protein. If that's your easy thing, just bump up the protein a little bit. So this ice cream, it's still frozen, but it's going to melt to like a thin or a level 1, slightly thick. So depending on the thickness that you need. Yeah, so Megan, we added 1 scoop to our Rice Krispie treat smoothie. So it was 2 Rice Krispies, 2 scoops, and honestly, either one of us could have eaten a whole one. Like, we could have done that for each of us, and that would have been fantastic, probably. So I would add 1 scoop of protein powder per serving. Yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
I actually think I like the Rice Krispie treat one better than the red velvet cake one.
Really?
I do.
That surprises me.
Yeah, because I think the combination of the marshmallow and the ice cream and the vanilla protein, it was just really, really tasty.
Everything was very complimentary. All those flavors.
Yeah, I think that one's my favorite. Even though I really like red velvet cake, and that piece right there is...
Yeah. This ice cream is not bad.
I know.
I'm impressed.
It tastes just like regular ice cream.
Blended up a Twix bar with vanilla premier protein, and that tasted good. Yeah, exactly. 100%. That's
Great idea.
You can still have those things and improve the nutritional value.
Right.
Yeah, Twix. Soak in a little bit of milk. Get that cookie.
Yep. Nice and soft.
Yeah. All right.
It's a great idea.
I like that we talked about dessert and just being okay. Cool Whip with seedless jam. Yep. It's important for you to feel okay with trying some things that are not necessarily healthy because A, we're human. B, we can't be healthy all the time. I had I can't remember where I was this week, but someone said to me, oh, I would hate eating with a dietitian. I was like, why? I will order everything on the menu and enjoy all of it. And he kind of looked at me and was like, seriously? And I was like, yeah, I love food. I'll eat all the food. You don't have to. We're not the food police. People think we are. We're not.
Well, that's the thing is that Kat and I, our main focus is to help people with dysphagia enjoy food again, because food has become such a chore for some of you that it's hard to step back and be able to enjoy, because it's truly part of your work for the day.
Yeah.
And we just want to find ways to make it easier for you where you are now.
Yep.
Now, we also want to help you improve and get better and progress.
Yeah.
But where you are today is where we start.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. Mic drop right there. Point made. So enjoy it. Enjoy what you're doing. Figure out how to love that food again, because food is so important. It's important for the social aspect. It's important for your mental health. It's important for your physical health. And you don't enjoy it when you have dysphagia because you're scared of it, or it's extra work.
So much work.
So let's take a step back and eat the cake. Eat the cake. Eat the dessert. Dysphagia is hard. Life is short. You get the point here? Yeah.
Yes. If ever you have questions, shoot them over to us. We'll help you figure out how to take your favorite food and make it at a level that you can eat it.
Yep.
So we are taking recommendations for next week's.
Yeah.
We haven't planned next week's yet. So if anybody out there has something that you want us to do next week,
let us know.
We need to hear from you.
And I think it's going to be cooler around here weather-wise next week. We're having some unseasonably warm temperatures.
Yep.
So squash season.
Yep.
It's almost pumpkin season. Pumpkin everything. Your dog likes it.
Every day.
It's good for his little belly. Mexican food. Oh, I'm in. I like that idea, Marsha. Okay. What kind of Mexican food? What specifically do you want to see? Tell us more.
Because we can do it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Send over your recommendations. Enjoy your dessert.
Yep, you can just comment on this live what you want to see. Enchiladas.
Okay.
All right. Jambalaya. That's a girl after my own heart.
I like this. Okay.
I might have to make some jambalaya this weekend then, because it takes a while. It takes longer than it would take.
Yeah.
But
okay.
We've got some ideas. That's
I like it.
Carrie, you know how long it takes to make a true Cajun jambalaya? That's like half the day.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, everybody. Enjoy your dessert. We'll see you next week.